Hi class, welcome to my English video lesson with me, your English teacher, Miss Siska. Okay, today we're going to discuss the grammar part that is on your book Unit 4. In this time, we're going to discuss the word used to. But before we discuss used to, it's better if we review a little bit about the past simple. Okay, so as you can see on my board, okay, I have written the sentence for you. We played hide and seek yesterday. So this is the example of the past simple sentence. Okay, so with the verb played. Okay, so now past simple using the past form of the verb. It's actually simply to put ed. Okay, ed on your verb. Okay, so it's that simple. It's easy. But I want you to remember that not all of the past simple using ed on their verb. We can also use what we call irregular verb. Okay, so I grew up in London. That's the verb grew. This is the irregular verb from the verb grow. Okay, so I will write down here. Grow, grew, and grown. Okay, so this is the verb 1, grow, verb 2, grew, and also verb 3, grown. So for past simple, you have to use the second verb, this one. Okay, so it doesn't matter, it's not a problem when you use the regular verb, such as played. Okay, you can just simply put ed, but we have to be careful when you want to use the irregular verb, just like this one. Okay, now let's take a look at the feature of these sentences. Okay, so the sentence here, we played hide and seek yesterday, is the affirmative or the positive sentence. Let's make the negative sentence. Now, negative you have to put not, but for past simple we have to use the auxiliary. What's the auxiliary? Yes, it's you're correct. It's did. So we didn't play hide and seek. Okay, so can you find any different form with the previous sentence? Yes, you're correct. The form of the verb is changing. Okay, so in the first sentence we use ed, okay, which is the second part of the second verb form, and then the negative one we back to the verb 1. Okay, so play. Okay, so because you use didn't here, okay, did, so the verb that you use back to the verb 1. Okay, now after we discuss how to make the sentences, now when do we use the past simple? Let's take a look at here. Okay, so the first is when we talk about single completed action, such as I grew up in London. It's complete. Yeah, the process of grow is done. Okay, and it's in the past, so it's past simple. And then the second one, when something happened in the particular time in the past. For example, we played hide and seek yesterday. Yesterday is one particular time in the past. Okay, and then the third one is when things happen regularly, but it happened in the past. Okay, for example, I went to my previous school by bike every day. Even though we use the word every day, which referring to the activity that we regularly do, but we in this case is did because it's in the past. Yeah, so because we are no longer doing this, so we use the past simple, yeah, to say this activity. Okay, so when we talk about the things that we regularly do in the past, that we regularly did in the past, we're not only using past simple to say that, but we can use the other form, which is used to. Okay, so here, used to is the sentence or the expression when we talk about some habits or situation in the past. Okay, look at the example here. We used to live in a small flat. Okay, so we have to use used to, that's the phrase, and then we use the verb 1. Okay, you have to remember then when we use used to, the verb is always verb 1. Something that you have to remember in using this, this expression, used to. It means that something happened in the past regularly, or a habit which is no longer exists or no longer happen in the present time. Okay, so when you say we used to live in a small flat, means that now you live in the bigger flat or you move into a house. Okay, so it's no longer happen now, it's only in the past. Okay, now let's make the negative sentence of this sentence. Okay, so the negative, as usual, we put not, okay, and then the same as the past simple sentence, before we use not, we have to use the auxiliary did. Okay, so we did not or didn't, okay, used to live in a small flat. Okay, look at here. The rules of the past simple is the same here. When we use the word did, we change the verb into verb 1, into its basic form, okay? So instead of saying used to, you use used to without ed, okay? So we didn't used to live in a small flat. So basically, used to phrase and then past simple form is the same. What makes it different is that we add the phrase used to, and after that we use any verb that we want to express or we want to show. Okay, and then for the interrogative or for the negative one, it is actually the same as the other pattern, the other tenses. Okay, so we put the auxiliary verb did, we used to live in a small flat. Okay, it's easy, it's simple. Okay, so one thing that you have to remember is the past simple form of the verb is using the second form, and then after that, when we want to make the negative sentence, we use the auxiliary did, and then you have to change the verb into verb 1 or its basic form. Okay, I think that's all from me today. See you again on my next video lesson. Bye.